Esau gives up his birthright. Once, Jacob had made a soup, and Esau returned from the countryside, exhausted. Esau said to Jacob, "Let me eat the red soup. That red soup, there. I am exhausted." Hence the name given to him, Edom. Jacob said, "First, sell me your birthright." Then Esau said, "Here I am at death's door. What use will my birthright be to me?" Then Jacob said, "First give me your oath." He gave him his oath and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave him bread and lentil soup, and after eating and drinking he got up and went. That was all Esau cared for his birthright. Isaac at Gerar. There was a famine in the land. A second one after the famine which took place in the time of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, the Philistine king, at Gerar. Yahweh appeared to him and said, "Do not go down into Egypt. Stay in the land I shall tell you of. Remain for the present here in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For it is to you and your descendants that I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your descendants as many as the stars of heaven, and I will give them all these lands, and all the nations in the world shall bless themselves by your descendants." In return for Abraham's obedience, for he kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac stayed at Gerar. When the people of the place asked him about his wife, he replied, "She is my sister." For he was afraid to say, "She is my wife," in case they killed him on Rebekah's account, for she was beautiful. When he had been there some time, Abimelech, the Philistine king, happened to look out of the window and saw Isaac fondling his wife Rebekah. Abimelech summoned Isaac and said to him, "Surely she must be your wife. How could you say she was your sister?" Isaac answered him, "Because I thought I might be killed on her account." Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of my subjects might easily have slept with your wife, and then you would have made us incur guilt." Then Abimelech issued this order to all the people: "Whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death." Isaac sowed his crops in the land, and that year he reaped 100-fold. Yahweh blessed him, and the man became rich. He prospered more and more until he was very rich indeed. He had flocks and herds and many servants. The Philistines began to envy him. The Philistines had sealed all the wells between Gerar and Beersheba. The Philistines had sealed all the wells dug by his father's servants, filling them with earth. These had existed from the time of his father Abraham. Abimelech said to Isaac, "Leave us, for you have become much more powerful than we are." So Isaac left. He pitched camp in the valley of Gerar, and there he stayed. Isaac dug again the wells made by the servants of his father Abraham, and sealed by the Philistines after Abraham's death, and he gave them the same names as his father had given them. Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found a well of spring water. But the shepherds of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's shepherds, saying, "That water is ours." So Isaac named the well Esek, because they had quarreled with him. They dug another well, and there was a quarrel about that one too. So he named it Sitnah. Then he left there and dug another well, and since there was no quarrel about this one, he named it Rehoboth, saying, "Now Yahweh has made room for us, so that we may thrive in the land." From there he went to Beersheba. Yahweh appeared to him that night and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless you and make your descendants many in number, on account of my servant Abraham." There he built an altar and invoked the name of Yahweh. There he pitched his tent, and there Isaac's servants sank a well. The alliance with Abimelech. Abimelech came from Gerar to see him with his advisor Ahuzath and the commander of his army, Philcol. Isaac said to them, "Why do you come to me, since you hate me and have made me leave you?" "It became clear to us that Yahweh was with you," they replied, "and so we said, 'Let there be a sworn treaty between ourselves and you, and let us make a covenant with you. Swear not to do us any harm, since we never molested you, but were unfailingly kind to you, and let you go away in peace. Now you have Yahweh's blessing.' He then made them a feast, and they ate and drank. Rising early in the morning, they exchanged oaths. Then Isaac bade them a farewell, and they went from him in peace. Now it was on the same day that Isaac's servants brought him news of the well they had dug. "We have found water," they said to him. So he called the well Sheba. And hence the town is named Beersheba to this day. The Hittite wives of Esau. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemach, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. These were a bitter disappointment to Isaac and Rebekah. Jacob obtains Isaac's blessing by cunning. Isaac had grown old, and his eyes were so weak that he could no longer see. He summoned his elder son Esau. "My son," he said to him, and the latter answered, "I am here." Then he said, "See, I am old and do not know when I may die. Now take your weapons, your quiver and bow. Go out into the country and hunt me some game. Make the kind of savory I like and bring it to me, so that I may eat and give you my blessing before I die." Rebekah happened to be listening while Isaac was talking to his son Esau. So when Esau went into the country to hunt game for his father, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I have just heard your father saying to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some game and make a savory for me. Then I shall eat and bless you in the presence of Yahweh before I die. Now, my son, listen to me and do as I tell you. Go to the flock and bring me back 2 good kids, so that I can make the kind of savory your father likes. Then you can take it to your father for him to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, "Look, my brother Esau is hairy, while I am smooth-skinned. If my father happens to touch me, he will see I am cheating him, and I shall bring down a curse upon myself instead of a blessing." But his mother answered him, "On me be the curse, my son, just listen to me. Go and fetch me the kids." So he went to fetch them, and he brought them to his mother, and she made the kind of savory his father liked. Rebekah took her elder son Esau's best clothes which she had in the house, and dressed her younger son Jacob in them, covering his arms and the smooth part of his neck with the skins of his kids. Then she handed the savory and the bread she had made to her son Jacob. He presented himself before his father and said, "Father, I am here," was the reply. "Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please get up and take your place and eat the game I have brought, and then give me your blessing." Isaac said to his son, "How quickly you found it, my son." "It was Yahweh your God," he answered, "who put it in my path." Isaac said to Jacob, "Come here then, and let me touch you, my son, to know if you are my son Esau or not." Jacob came close to his father Isaac, who touched him and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the arms are the arms of Esau." He did not recognize him, for his arms were hairy like his brother Esau's, and so he blessed him. He said, "Are you really my son Esau?" And he replied, "I am." Isaac said, "Bring it here, that I may eat the game my son has brought, and so may give you my blessing." He brought it to him, and he ate. He offered him wine, and he drank. His father Isaac said to him, "Come closer and kiss me, my son." He went closer and kissed his father, who smelled the smell of his clothes. He blessed him, saying, "Yes, the smell of my son is like the smell of a fertile field blessed by Yahweh. May God give you dew from heaven and the richness of the earth, abundance of grain and wine. May nations serve you and peoples bow down before you. Be master of your brothers. May the sons of your mother bow down before you. Cursed be he who curses you. Blessed be he who blesses you." As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and just when Jacob was leaving the presence of his father Isaac, his brother Esau returned from hunting. He too made a savory and brought it to his father. He said to him, "Father, get up and eat the game your son has brought, and then give me your blessing." His father Isaac asked him, "Who are you?" "I am your firstborn son, Esau," he replied. At this Isaac was seized with a great trembling and said, "Who was it then that went hunting and brought me game? Unsuspecting, I ate before you came. I blessed him, and blessed he will remain." When Esau heard his father's words, he cried out loudly and bitterly to his father, "Father, bless me too." But he replied, "Your brother came by fraud and took your blessing." Esau said, "Is it because his name is Jacob that he has now supplanted me twice? First he took my birthright, and look, now he has taken my blessing." But, he added, "have you not kept a blessing for me?" Isaac answered Esau, "See, I have made him your master. I have given him all his brothers as servants. I have provided him with grain and wine. What can I do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, "Was that your only blessing, Father? Father, give me a blessing too." Isaac remained silent, and Esau burst into tears. Then his father Isaac gave him this answer: "Far from the richness of the earth shall be your dwelling place, far from the dew that falls from heaven. You shall live by your sword, and you shall serve your brother. But when you win your freedom, you shall shake his yoke from your neck." Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him, and thought thus to himself, "The time to mourn for my father will soon be here. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." When the words of Esau, her elder son, were repeated to Rebekah, she sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Look, your brother Esau means to take revenge and kill you. Now, my son, listen to me. Go away and take refuge with my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him a while, until your brother's fury cools, until your brother's anger against you cools and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send someone to bring you back. Why should I lose you both on the same day?"